Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome out to Anthem City Church Online. As always, I am so excited that you guys are here with me today. Got a few short moments. I just want to hang out with you. Got a question for you. Do you dream? Do you have any dreams? Do you have any desires or passions, the things that drive you on the inside, that push you forward every single day to accomplish something? On the other side of that, have you had a dream and it has pushed you forward, and you've tried and you've fought but for some reason or another, through a process of events, that dream never accomplished, it never happened, it never went the direction that you want, and so it just kind of became easier to let the dream go than to continue to pursue the dream. You ever been there? You ever been there? Maybe you're there right now. I want to read this scripture and talk about it for just a second. It's not a long scripture. It's in Genesis actually, and it's super cool. I love it, and it's always been this scripture that I've gone back to, and it's always been encouraging. It's always been inspiring. So here it is. This is actually, it is Genesis. Genesis is in the Old Testament, 11 verses 31 through 32. One day Terah took his son Abram, his daughter-in-law Sarai, and his grandson Lot, and moved away from Ur of the Chaldeans. He was headed for the land of Canaan, but they stopped at Haran and settled there. Next scripture, incredibly sad. Terah lived 205 years and died while still in Haran. While still in Haran. So let me make this make sense really quick. So Abraham is the father of our faith, right? We know that. So Abraham has a dad named Terah. They leave one location to go to the next location, and that location that they're trying to go to is what? It's Canaan. Now, if you know anything about the Bible, you know that Canaan is the promised land that that God gives to the Israelites who were in Egyptian bondage. Now, Abraham's dad, Terah, was leaving Ur of the Chaldeans to go there. This has always been the place that God has desired to take his people, but from going from one location to pursuing another location, he stops in a place called Haran. Got a question for you right now. In the middle of your dream, in the middle of whatever it is that you're pursuing, have you stopped? Have you stopped? And it's okay if you've stopped, but just don't settle. Terah stopped, but he also settled. And it never gives us any details as to why he settled. It just says that he stopped and he stayed there, and he lived 205 years and he died in Haran. And that is absolutely devastating, because he was going to the place of greatness. He was going to this place that God was promising, and God was always trying to get his people, but he settled for a place called Haran. And I want you to listen here. Do not settle for good, which is Haran, when you were meant for great. Why did he settle there? Man, we have no details as to why he settled there. It could have been a cool place. It could have been a good place. It could have been a place that someone offered him some land. It could have been a place where he found a girl. Who knows? It never gives us the detail as to why he stopped and settled. It just says that he stopped there, he settled there, and he never went forward. See, the problem with stopping and settling is that you become a settler, and before long, you're not just settling in one space, you're settling in every aspect of your life. You're settling in relationships. You're settling in occupation. You're settling in absolutely everything in your life. And in the dreams that you once had, they just kind of fade in or fade out into the background. And you forget about them. Someone once said that the richest place in the world is the cemetery, because it's inside the cemetery that there were books that were never written. There were songs that were never sung. There were inventions that were never invented. There were cures that were never discovered. Why? Because someone started, but they stopped, and they settled, and they lived their life out, but they never moved beyond where they settled. Let's ask the tough question right now. Do you have a dream? And have you settled? Do you have a dream, and have you stopped? Let me tell you what the pursuit of your dream is going to look like. The journey of it, there's going to be moments when it's easy. There's going to be moments when it's extremely difficult. There's going to be moments when it's sunshiny and it's amazing and it's the best ever. But then there's going to be moments when it's hailing outside. There's going to be moments when it's storming. There's going to be moments when it's difficult. There's going to be moments when you feel like you can't take another step on the journey to your dream. But in the middle of that moment, you keep moving forward. In the middle of that moment, there are moments that are important for us to stop and recuperate our strength. But we stop, but we never settle. We stop, but we never settle. So where are you at right now? Have you found yourself just settling in and just kind of giving up and allowing the dream to fade into the background? Have you stopped? Have you given up? Has it just become too hard? Let me challenge you. Let me challenge you. Let me stir you up. The dream is what God has called you to. Don't settle for good when you're meant for great. Don't settle for Haran when the goal is Canaan. The space that you're at right now, it may seem good. It may even in your mind seem great. But compared to what God has called you to, you can never know what that looks like because you're just settling here. The greatness of Canaan will far exceed your reality of Haran. The greatness of Canaan will always supersede that which you're experiencing in Haran. Don't settle for good when you're meant for great. Are you tired? That's okay. Stop, but don't settle. Let's get back up. Let's pursue it. Let's take another step. Don't settle for good when you're meant for great.